Now you listen to me real good. I've told you once, I said it 1,000 times. You get out of those pagan, satanic, religious, Christian churches. Christians do not follow the commandments of the Bible. Christians do what they want to do. They make up their own laws, their own rules, and their own regulations. Come out of her, my people, and come out from among them. And it's real simple and easy to ascertain who are these people you need to come out from. Easy. Number one, if they keep Sunday, that's an automatic sign that you need to not have any fellowship with these commandment-breaking, wicked deceivers and seducers and bewitchers of the truth. Simple.
This is what we've been up against all our lives and don't even know it. We have all grew up in a culture that was in place before we got here. A culture that has reared us in satanic paganism. They have determined and defined for us what's right and what's wrong. The scribes and Pharisees, the modern ones of the day, are your pastors, your theologians, your college professors and teachers, all of them, including your mom and daddy, who didn't love you enough to tell you the truth. Some did it unknowingly. But there are, I guarantee you, 98% of the pastors out there know that Christmas is pagan. They know Sunday is pagan, but they ain't going to tell you. They know that Thanksgiving is pagan, heathenistic. They know that Easter is a worship of another god. But they're not going to tell you because it's not good for business. People have been toying around with your souls. And they'll keep you coming back to these sun god, sun worshiping temples of devils. Y'all hear me? Go over there. What is that? 1 Corinthians 10 and hit that scripture say you cannot serve the temple of Yah and the temple of devils. I think it's 10:3. But y'all hear me? And they would do this because they would rather have a hot body in the seat that has the potential of giving an offering. And then they feed you with Western philosophy. You gullible. You don't know nothing. I told you, we are the most illiterate generation that there has ever been. When people couldn't read and write, they know that they couldn't read and write. We read and write, and we still can't read and write. Because what good is reading and writing when you can't comprehend? What good is it? And then I'm the one that they attack in a soft form to try to, being agents of Satan as they are, to try to get you to move your mind and conscience because I'm the one that's telling you what the truth is. And then I ask you to investigate this for your own self and know your own self and look into it your own self. They don't do this because to them, being a religion and having a good little life is more than you knowing the truth. They don't care that they got blood on their hands because in their mind, they have already willed themselves into the kingdom. Now, they ain't got confirmation from heaven, but they believe because they put mental assent even in transgression. And we're going to have to ask ourselves a question. If Yah says Sunday, and you say Sabbath, which one would it be then? It would be Sunday if Yah said it. You hear that? If Yah, but since Yah said Sabbath, and he didn't say nothing about Sunday, are you following me? If you offend in one point, you are guilty of them all. Is that right? You break one of these, you are guilty of them all. Proving that this world don't love Yah. First 4 commandments have to do with your love for Yah. Next 6 have to do with love for fellow man. And the Sabbath day has always been a test commandment. It's the 4th one. To test to see if you will love Yahweh your Elohim with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, and all your spirit, all your nefesh. And people are proving every single week that they despise him. So this culture being the accumulation of many different pagan cultures. Because remember, y'all only loved Israel. And then you got the Gentiles, which consist of, and also there are times that Israelites were called Gentiles. When we talking about the foreign nations, we talking about all these Jebusites, Hittites, Amorites, Moabites, Hivites. We talking about Edomites. We're talking about all these nations and all these cultures. The Babylonians, the Assyrians, the Greeks, the Romans, the Medes, the Persians, the Americans, the Arabs. All of these are all cultures that none of them have the God of Israel as their Elohim. When we refuse to actually serve Yah, he told us in the book that he's going to give us over to our own devices.
Yes, he will. Yes.
Now we've been so far removed and so deep into captivity so long, we don't know good from evil and right from wrong. Unless Yah raises up someone and hurls it to the rooftop. And shouts it to the rooftop. Hey Israel, what are you doing? But see, they are so confident in the lies that they are sold in you, they believe that if they can get you early to believe his lie, they will keep you for the rest of their life. As a matter of fact, in the Catholic Church, they said, if we can get you to be a little Catholic all the way up to 7 years old, we got you for the rest of your life. That's what they say. Because they know you don't know what the book says. And today, they juggle concepts and they play on your intelligence. And they say, you can read that book, but by the time I get finished working my magic up here, you ain't going to know what that book says. You're going to believe what I say over what that book says. And what do people do today? Believe what the preacher says over what that book says. Because the preachers, it's not, look, it is not a lucrative business for T.D. Jakes to tell the truth. It's not a lucrative business for Kenneth Copeland and Kenneth Hagin and Joel Osteen and them to tell the truth. You get it? Yeah, ain't no money in it. You know how much money you can make by putting up a Christmas tree in the church? Don't y'all feel this Christmas spirit getting ready to creep in? Y'all can feel it, man. You can feel it in the air. Sometimes you can even feel your own heart reminiscing. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. La la dee 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 da. You're like, oh, wait a minute, what the? All the family coming over, gathering around the green tree. Where the Druids and the Celts and the Saxons and all them dance butt naked around it.
Yo, tell the truth.
And your family going to take you on your chin for not participating with them because you said and you don't come to your conscience and your reason. I'm an Israelite. I don't participate in that.
Come on.
Even the world is they're caving into pressure. Instead of Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Just like everybody caving into pressure of the Sodomites. A Sodomite, when I'm around, they know they're a Sodomite. I ain't got to sit there and just say, you're a Sodomite. Blah, blah, blah. Don't come over here fooling around with me, because I'm going to tell you about yourself. Oh, yeah. I'll straight up let you know you'll disapprove, because you know, just like in George Orwell's 1984, man, whoever thought that when he wrote that in the 40s, it'll be a reality here in 2000s that the day is coming that when you think a thought against the government, they're going to come and arrest you. Who ever thought that? You ever read that novel before? George Orwell, 1984? Man, they kept y'all generation from a lot of stuff, boy. That book, if you read that book, man, you'd be like, what in the world? Everything that's going on today, he talked about in that book. Everything. And that was written in the 40s. It's going to come full circle. Matter of fact, you read that book, it's kind of spooky. To think where he was in the 40s, and he said in 1984 is going to be the way, but now we're looking at it now. So there's a system that has been set up. As soon as all the apostles passed away, there was a religious system moved in that said, since we can't beat the Israelites, we'll join them. We won't call them Israelites no more. We'll call them Christians. People are running short on this today. The real, true, genuine Ruach. They're running short on it. You get it? We don't have a real, genuine Ruach because that's what I was talking about earlier. Most people ain't never had a real, true conversion. They have not spent enough time down there to be converted. Now, you see that building right there? That's the building you're in now without this addition. See that date on there? 7/1/2000. Hear that? That's when we completed it. You follow it? That building was completed by people who didn't know how to build. Roberts and them laid up to about the 4th level of that building all the way around, and guess who finished the rest of it? I did. So that lying dog is one thing to say. And guess he didn't do nothing with the concrete. Y'all hear that? He didn't do nothing with the concrete in here, but he says he built the building. I guess you could say you built the building if you came and mixed mud for 10 seconds. But from that little hub, you wouldn't believe how many people over the years have come through that little building right there. Some of them been healed, been delivered, been set free. Through that little building. That's letting you know something. That just like Billy Graham and his line repentance, they don't all stick around. They don't all stick around in this either. Only a remnant. Only a remnant. When the real message of the kingdom is being preached, it will bring deliverance. Luke 4:18 says, and the Spirit of Yahweh is upon me. This is what Christ said. All right? Because he have anointed me to do what? Preach the gospel to the poor. He has sent me to what? Heal the brokenhearted. You hear that? And to preach deliverance to the captives. You hear that? To the captives, and the recovering of the sight of the blind, and to set at liberty to them that are bruised. That's when the Spirit of Yah is upon you. Because Yahshua said, whatever I do, you do. Is that right? Yeah. That's when y'all put that Spirit up on him. All right? Over in Revelation 12:10 it says, and I heard a loud voice saying from heaven, now is come salvation and strength, and the kingdom of our Yah, and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our Yah day and night. Now the word accuser means diablos. The Greek number 1228. It also means devil. It also means false accuser. It also means slanderer. Or watch this, prone to slander. See, last week we visited how that Satan or demonic spirits can actually speak through people. Is that right? Slanderers, accusing falsely, a culminator, false accuser, slander, i.e. Satan, the prince of the demons, the author of evil, persecuting good men, estranging mankind from Yah. You hear that? So the whole purpose of the diablos is to estrange mankind from Yah, enticing them to sin. Notice, tempting them to sin, afflicting them with what? Diseases that come from sin by means of demonic spirits that people have adopted a hands-off attitude, because demons don't have nothing to do with diseases today if we listen to the philosophy of this world. Is that right? Who take possession of their bodies at his what? Bidding, because of sin. So according to this definition, demons afflict the body because of sin, and sin is the cause of diseases. Just like in Job, Satan accused us before Yah to try and move him against us. However, when the affliction and temptations and challenges come in our lives, it's not Yah that is doing this. It's the Hasatan and his demons doing the affliction. Over in 1 Kings 22:20. And Yahweh said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramoth Gilead. In other words, guess who's orchestrating his death? Yah is. Because he's asking who will persuade. Are you following me? And one said on this manner, this is a conversation just like Job going on in Shemaim. And another said on that manner. And there came forth a spirit. Now, this spirit, even though it's translated Ruach, this is a demonic spirit. And stood before Yah. What did Satan do? Did he not stand before Yah? All right. And stood before Yah and said, I will persuade him. Notice, in other words, I will enter into his thoughts and communicate to him after I have others to lie to him. Because remember, he said, and Yahweh said unto him, wherewith? And he said, the spirit said, I will go forth and be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. So there was a demonic spirit that lied to the prophets. Is that right? Of the king. Is that right? And then when these spirits lied to the prophet of the king, it caused his mind to believe, to wonder, to think. You get it? And he said, thou shalt persuade him. So Yah released the spirit to go and lie in all the prophets. They put thoughts in the prophets' minds. All of them thought, since they were together in unity, that it's got to be from Yah. Here on earth, we don't understand what's already taking place in heaven. You get it? And so this spirit said, I will go forth, and said, thou shalt persuade him, Yah said, and prevail also, go forth and do so. Now therefore, behold, Yahweh, now that's the translation, have put a lying spirit in the mouth of all these prophets. Now first of all, Yahweh gave the release to the spirit to lie to the prophets. But Yahweh did not personally put this lying spirit in the people. These demon spirits had the authority to go and do their nature. Are you following me? So you're dealing with English translation right here, okay? Because what people like to do is blame Yah for evil. Are you following me? Yeah, he created evil and he created good. Huh? But Yah don't do evil to you. Because his nature is good. He has a kingdom set up to be his whooping post whenever we transgress. Sin gives place, meaning legal grounds, to the enemy of our soul to operate their character and natures through our bodies. Over in Proverbs 10:31 it says, the mouth of the just bringeth forth what? Wisdom. The mouth of the just bringeth forth what? Wisdom. But the forward tongue shall be what? Cut out. The lips of the righteous knoweth what is acceptable. You hear that? It's not based on assumption, feelings, opinions, emotions. The lips of the righteous know what is acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked speaketh what? Forwardness. When the Most High bought that false prophet McGee here, you remember that? Yeah. You remember he told y'all he's a prophet? Yeah. That was a temptation to test. It was a test for me as well as for you. Yeah. Why? Because they had an agenda. It just took time for it to come out. Didn't take too long either. Every bit of a week. Isn't it right? We all knew. All of us knew. We all had that. If you ever knew you was discerning the spirit, then all of a sudden, now you're going to listen, but your guard is up. Nobody had to tell you, all right, brothers, put your guard up. You already had it up. Now, you're hoping that could be something good for him. They will really, truly meet the conditions, but we can all say that we wasn't holding our breath. You follow me? Because when people start coming in and saying certain things, I told you, that's the reason why I sit there and wanted to keep listening. I wanted to hear everything because I know there's a spirit in there communicating. I didn't say nobody responded wrong, they did right. I'm just saying that there was a spirit in it. I want to hear everything it had to say. You get it? I want to hear it all. Bring it all out. You know, because the whole mantra of Satan is smite the what? Shepherd, and the sheep will do what? And so I'll let y'all see, I'm willing to get smitten. Let's see if you'll scatter. Come on. And then just the royal wisdom ass whooping. the tongue lashing of the wise should have made people just want to dig a hole and go bury yourself in it. You understand what I mean? I got to talk like this because you need to understand and comprehend what's going on. Israel, listen, this is very serious business, all right? Yah and being obedient to him is some very, very serious business. Y'all, I want y'all to try to write this down, remember it in your conscience, at least just this chapter, okay? Deliverance 13. Are y'all going to listen?
Yes, sir.
Are you going to listen?
Yes, sir.
All right, we'll go forward with it then. If there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder. Now, we ain't got to worry about today because people ain't coming with signs and wonders. That we ain't got to worry about. You follow me? But just in case it does happen, all right? You understand? Because the only really sign and wonders taking place is with us nowadays that we know of. You understand what I mean? I mean, I'm not saying we the only one. We're not the only ones. Y'all has his people, all right? Huh? And giveth thee a sign or wonder to come to pass, whereof he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other what? Which thou hast not known, and let us do what? Serve them. You shall not hearken, no, thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet, or the dreams of dreams, for your Yahweh your Elohim proveth you. Is that right? To know whether you what? Love. To know whether you're what? Yahweh your Elohim with how much of your heart? And how much of your soul? All of it. You shall not walk after, you shall walk after Yahweh your Elohim and do what? Fear him and do what else? Keep his and obey his voice, and you shall what? Serve him and cleave unto him. Y'all get that? And that prophet or that dreamer of dreams shall be put to what? Because he has spoken to turn you away from Yahweh your Elohim. Y'all hearing this? He has spoken to do what? Turn you away from Yahweh Elohim. And of course, one of the mantras is that Yahshua is not the Messiah. You see what I mean? You're going to get to what that spirit. See, everything that goes on, Yah is testing us. There's nothing new with Yah testing us. You take a test in the offense. But Yah is testing us. You just don't ever know. You don't get to pick the day, the time, or the hour when that test comes. You better make sure that your heart is right and your spirit is ready. You better make sure you're sober-minded when it is taking place. Are y'all listening? And that prophet of dream of dreams shall be put to death, because he has spoken to turn you away from Yahweh Elohim, which brought you out of the land of Mizraim, and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, to thrust thee out of the way which Yahweh Elohim commanded thee to walk in. So shall you put away, or put the evil away, what? From the midst of you. Now listen, Hasatan will use your natural family to turn you away from him. Especially if you're not careful. You hear me? There's been many people sit in here up under the same teachings that you've gotten and made the choices and decisions to go right back to the world. They use a cadence, a language, a speech, hopefully to turn you out of the way. Think about this. When you turn out of the way, you're going out of the way backwards. And think about the fruit of the people that have turned away, that spit in your ear, sought to turn you away. Look at them now. Yah was testing you to see if you love him. Anytime someone is seeking to turn you out of the way, what does Satan use? The same old tactics he always used, because the Bible says we're not ignorant of the devil's devices. Is that right? He used slander. He used lies. He used deceit. He's falsifying information. He's twisting, warping, and distorting everything. He's doing everything he can to sell what he has in hope for you to do what? Turn away. Now, go back and look at some of these people that you have known before. You see them on Facebook, and they're proud too. Proud to be in the world. Flaunting themselves in the world. Just look at them. Just arrogant. Just, man, they love what they are. And if you didn't recognize the voice of Satan, he'd have got you too. Because he did get some. You know the reason why he got some? Because you opened up the doorways of your heart to listen and to hear them. And when it did, that poison entered in, and it caused them people to get sick, and it turned them out of the way. That's what Satan is still. He ain't changed. He still does the same thing today. Y'all hear me? Deuteronomy 13:6. And if thy brother, not only the prophet, but even if your what? Your brother, the son of your what? Mother, or the son of thy what? Daughter, or the wife of thy bosom, or your friend. Yah is covering the whole basis. Y'all hearing me? Not just those that are openly false prophets, dreamers of dreams. I'm talking about everyone is even close to you, that is next to you, that pull at your heartstrings. Even if they, and of course how they do it today, being stubborn against the Most High Yah. Not even, they don't have the same fervent zeal, don't even want to serve the Most High Yah. They want you to choose them over Yah's way.
Yes, come on.
Y'all hearing that? Now he's getting really close. He says, which is as thy own soul. Entice thee secretly, saying, let us go and serve other gods. Translation of the day. Nobody says we're going to go serve other gods. You just why you have to pay attention to function. You have to pay attention to actions. You have to pay attention to footsteps and footprint. You have to pay attention to the way that they're walking in and the way that they're going. Because nobody ain't going to say, we're going to go over here and serve this God.
That's good.
But in their footprint and the course that they go on, you're going to see is going to lead right back to the same gods of the world that you were once delivered from. Y'all hearing this? Which thou hast not known, thou know thy Father. People do not say this day, but they do tempt you to go back into the world. Don't they do it? That's all they got to offer. Because when they go back into the world, you deny Yahshua that bought you. This is the temptation of the hour. You think about this. How much conviction and strength can you gain from those who have broken off fellowship? Will they keep you encouraged? Will you still stay convicted and on fire and fervent for Yah? Will the zeal of Yah eat you up? You think about it for a second. Anytime someone leaves this, all they have is the world and its gods. That's it. They have nothing else to offer. Because what more are you going to do? Let's just go ahead and tell the truth. We were all miserable in the world. Let me just go back and remember ourselves prior to conversion. We were existing. Lost. Full of oppression. Depression. Obsession. Didn't really know it. We just existed from day to day, year to year. No real purpose in life whatsoever at all. None. I'm just going to tell you the truth about me. Didn't really know no real purpose. No real true joy. You know what I mean? Wanderers. Feeling the lust of the flesh. Doing whatever. Because there was a great void. A great void. There was something missing. Or shall I say there was somebody missing. But then when he came, all of a sudden, life come into this vessel. Isn't that right? Isn't that right? All of a sudden, purpose came in. Isn't that right? All of a sudden, now there's something to live for. Not only live, but there's something to die for. Hallelujah. Glory to the King. Now our existence is real. Hallelujah. We live, we make it through today so we can face tomorrow. We're overcomers. So I mean, now we have purpose. We have trials. We have tribulations. But we already know. We ought to thank Yah for all our trials, all our tribulations, all our afflictions, all of them. Isn't that right? Before we moped, we moaned. We were in heaviness and we were in sorrow. But now we have Yah and his Ruach. Now we rejoice. Y'all getting all this? That's how we know we really truly have been born again. This is how I know we have passed from death to life. Hallelujah. Glory to the King. There's one time we didn't love the brother. Now we have love for the brother. Let's just tell the truth. I mean, we love coming to Shabbat, man, but we really look forward to the week so we can see our family. You're like, wow, I can't wait to get to Sabbath, boy. Whoa, whatever the day is going to be. Hallelujah. That's just the truth. So you see what y'all done? Namely, the gods of the people that are round about you nigh unto thee, and afar off, far from thee, from the one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. Thou shalt not consent to him, nor consent to him, neither shall your eye pity him. I don't care who it is. Anybody put their hand to the plow and they look back. You don't consent. You don't pity them. You leave them bastards alone. Because their whole agenda is to move you from Yah. Y'all hearing that? I'm going to tell you right now. I mean, I'm pretty strong in the Most High Yah. Huh? But I get greater strength and I get stronger the more you're around. Hallelujah. I'm saying we need each other to strengthen each other. Yes, we do too. Hallelujah. We all are iron and we need it to sharpen each other. That's right. And guess what? All the patriarchs and everybody else that's gone before us, they need us. Because they, without us, can't be made perfect. Y'all got this thing as, this is a family thing right here. Of the remnant. Y'all get this? So don't you ever consent and ever get your little heart playing around with these wicked folks that seeking to try to turn you away from Yah. Using different agendas and apparatuses. Different wisdom sayings. To try to move you. You need to know when the Hasatan is speaking through someone. Y'all hear me? Neither shalt thou spare, neither shalt thou conceal him. In other words, when somebody start trying to run their mouth, trying to entice you to come, first of all, slander in the leadership, first thing you should do is run to somebody and go tell it. I'm going to tell you who's speaking against you in the gate, Pastor Dowell. Go tell these elders. So we can guard from his spirit. So we can expose the evil, and that way we can cut him off before he gets some of you. Some of you so weak they didn't have enough time to be in this long enough so he could be strong to stand. That devil's something else. I'm serious. But thou shalt kill him. If we was in the land, that would be, man, they'd have caught that. God, y'all would have had the same testimony about me. You had David, man. You are a bloody man. I'm telling you straight up, boy, I wish we were in our land. I'll be the first one. I'll show you how to kill their ass. See, all that's good when it's somebody else's child. But when it's your child. All that's good when it's somebody else's husband. But when it's your husband. All that's good when it's somebody else's wife. But when it's your wife. You know, the father knew how wicked our heart was. He even addressed that too. He said, you shall be the first upon him to put him to death. And then afterwards, all the hand of the people. In other words, you picked up on it first. You heard it first. You kill him. You be the first one to throw it. And you be the first one to throw out the judgment. And then guess what? Everybody else can join in. People ask me, why you get so excited about stuff like that? I said, because I see his salvation. I see what he's doing. I say he's just trying to protect us from the evil one. And thou shalt stone him, but stone that he die, because he hath sought to what? Thrust thee out of the way. You see that? How many people have tried to thrust you out of the way through good words and fair speeches? How many people have done that to you? I'll come with their little concerns. Don't you know Satan when you're hearing him? Yeah. Don't you know a demonic spirit when you're hearing him? Yeah. From Yahweh your Elohim which brought thee out of the land of Israel, from the house of bondage, and all of Israel shall hear and fear, and shall do no more any such wickedness as this among you. And thou shalt hear and say in one of the cities which Yahweh your Elohim have given thee to dwell there, saying, certain men of the children of Belial are gone out from among you, and that we've drawn the inhabitants of their city, saying, let us go and serve other mighty ones, which ye have not known. Your heart strings are wicked, Israel. You feel them? You feel them? You feel them? You feel them? Don't you feel them? And something, man, you feel them. Some they affect your account. They real. That's what you got to learn how to get in order. You don't try to make them line up with Yah. You die out them and replace them with the true feeling of Yah. Hallelujah. And thou shalt inquire and make search and ask diligently, and behold, if there be truth and the thing certain that such an abomination is wrought among you, then thou shalt surely smite the inhabitants of the city of the edge of the sword, destroying it utterly, and all that is therein, and the cattle thereof, and the edge of the sword. See, Yah always test us people. He always tests his people. Even today, we're constantly being tested by the Most High to see if we're going to be obedient. Can you imagine Yah is sending someone to prove us, to test us, and we start arguing and fighting against the test? And Moshe said unto the people, fear not, for Yah is come to do what? Wait a minute, I thought he already know us, so why he proving us? Notice it. Don't Yah love you? Yes, Yah is love, right? Yes, and he's still proving you. Huh? That his fear may be before your faces, that you do what? He's going to check you out. See where your heart is. Deuteronomy 8:2. And thou shalt remember all the way of Yahweh your Elohim, led thee these 40 years in the wilderness to do what? Humble. You mean tell me, so he brought us to the whole purpose for us to get to the wilderness so he could humble us. And to do what? Yeah. Did you know that even right now that we're in exile to Yah? Yes, do you know we're in a wilderness experience right now? Yes, do you know that Yah hears every murmuring? Yes. He hears every complaint. He's hearing every backbiting. He hearing how you're speaking against him. Yeah, he do. And against his anointed. Yeah, he does. He hears all this. This is the wilderness experience. We're not in our land. We're not in the kingdom. We're in the wilderness experience. To know what is in your heart, whether you will keep his commandments or no. Brother Saint, get Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 11 through 20. What was going on, everybody taking off? Oh boy. Where were they at? Someone left the gate open. Who left the gate open so we can strap your ass up? So you don't forget to leave it open again. See, that's how we do it straightway. Nobody knows. The wind blew it open. You know how much money them cows are? We lost a cow we paid $1,700 for and can't find him. Somebody say $1,700. You got $1,700 you're going to give me to replace the cow? No, sir. And we can't have negligence then. Cattle is expensive. Yeah, you're getting a whole lot. It sure is. And we got, if all our cows are gone, man, you can count $20,000 and run down the road. See, you looking at cow, I'm looking at mine. Watching my heart fall out. I'm also looking at food. I'm looking at that. No GMO modified. Look, it's gone. It's gone. I mean, rather than letting him escape, I would like to kill him and eat him. Somebody got a $1,700 bonus. I'm telling you. No, we're the only just ones that if people's cows come and corral up with ours, we always let them know that they're here, and we set up a time with them that they can come and retrieve them. But you think we only had one or two people give us that same courtesy. We're in the land of the Gentiles. We're surrounded by Gentilism. See, one negligence costs a lot of money. Read, Brother Shane.
Beware.
Beware what?
That thou forget not Yahweh thy Elohim, in not keeping his commandments and his judgments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
Now, you know in Colossians 2:8 says, beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, right? Out the traditions of men and out the rudiments of this world and not after Christ. Is that right? Here's another beware. This beware is you make sure that you don't ever forget Yah's laws, statutes, and commandments. Think about this. Have you ever just went through a day where you're just unconcerned with Yah's laws, statutes, and commandments? That's when your wicked flesh trying to creep in and develop a weakness in you. And you keep giving place to it, it's going to get you. Just little by little, inch by inch. Read on.
Lest, when thou hast eaten and art full, and hast built goodly houses.
You hear that? So when Yah's prospering you, you eat, you get full, you build a lot of houses. In other words, don't set up and take the blessings of Yah as a means for you to sit back in leisure. You know what I mean? Rear back a little, say, look, we've arrived. Because you're going to get to the point and say, look what I have done. Well, oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, we build, but Yah gave us a strength. We grow, but it's the one that gives the increase. That is everything. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all get it? The earth is Yahweh and the fullness thereof. You get it? We know who it belongs to, who the custodian is. Read on.
And hast built goodly houses and dwelt therein. And when thy herds and thy flocks multiply,
or run away like ours is. Go ahead.
And thy silver and thy gold is
When
multiplied.
your silver and gold is what? Read on.
And all that thou hast is multiplied.
Man, that's a blessing, isn't it? Sound like Job. Come on.
Then thine heart be lifted up, and thou forget the Yahweh thy Elohim, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt from thy house of bondage.
He don't even get no time no more. He don't get no thanks, no nothing. Done received all these blessings at the hands of Yah, and then, but your heart, go ahead.
Who led thee through the great and terrible wilderness, wherein were fiery serpents and scorpions and drought,
Preserved us from every one of them.
where there was no water, which brought thee forth water out of the rock of flint, who fed thee in the wilderness with manna, which thy fathers knew not, that he might humble thee, and that he might prove thee, to do thee good at thy latter end.
Y'all hear that? So y'all still what? Proving us. Are you following me? Do you good at what? The latter end. Are you following me? I mean, believe it or not, sisters, I be testing y'all. I test the brothers and the sisters. Y'all see how much food we're able to produce in just the way we do things, right? Sisters, have I not said here straightway, I say, don't go pick nothing, don't go pluck nothing, and don't you put nothing together. I said, if they want some eggs, let them go to the coop and get them. Y'all heard me say that? They want produce, don't you bag it up, let them go get it. Tell them to bring a bag and tell them to come get it. Is that right? And how many ever come and get it? None. But if you bag it up, how many come get it? All of them. You know why? The store mentality. Gentile store mentality. I'm just trying to test you out. See where your heart is. There's a lot of things I do improve and test all of you all the time. You don't even know it. I just gave Elder Rufus a test. He called on it right off the bat. I ain't going to tell you what it is, none of your business. He turned around and asked the brothers down. He said, why do you think Pastor Dowell is doing this? Well, because, you know, we are blessed people and we're good givers and we're always a good, we just straightway Georgia. Elder Rufus said, y'all shut the hell up. You don't know a damn thing. He said, that man is a master of testing. Did they get it after you said it? No, they after you said it, huh? I ain't even tell him. He said, oh, I already know what you're doing. You know why? Because he studies me. He can just about tell you what my next move is going to be. Is that right, Sister Jennifer? He studies me. He said, I can just about tell you what Pastor Dowell thinks what he's going to do. He considered me to be a wise man. And if you have a wise man, guess what? You listen to wise man, you'll be wiser. Who is a wise man among you endued with knowledge? Let him show out of a good conscience his conversation. Well, who is it then? Look at him looking. I do all kind of tests you don't even know. So chances are, if you're ever in front of me, you better be careful. You might be a test me coming your way. And I don't even let you know when you've been tested either. I go, look. I always tell the elders, I said, the dummy fell. Didn't even see nothing. If it's a test that you failed real bad, if you ever see an elder up in front of you asking you questions, you know it's a test you failed. You probably thinking, oh, he just carrying on conversation with me. This thing is orchestrated. Don't the Bible say, know them that labor among you? If you can't go pick no produce when it's already grown up and stuff and it's easy for you, we done did all the hard work. Y'all gave the increase. All you do is get your bag just like you go get your buggy. Well, it ain't my day to shop. We got to have our raised beds out here filled up with cow dung. Compost. It'll decompose it for a whole year, and we're going to fill up the rest of them with compost. Decompose so we can be able to have a good growing season next year. Watch and see how many people show up in their bags then, after they done failed the test. What y'all's trying to get us to is not to fail the test. Use a little bit of discernment. Get off your lazy ass. Is that simple enough? Prove all things. Test. Hold fast that which is good. Yah is always testing us. Keep reading.
And thou say in thy heart, my power and the might of mine hand hath gotten me this wealth.
That is a fool. You know that right? There's a fool to say stuff like that. Come on.
But thou shalt remember Yahweh thy Elohim, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth.
Who is the one that give power to get wealth?
Yahweh.
Who is the one that give power to get wealth?
Yahweh.
Who? Wait a minute. Let me say it again, because I always say he gave you strength, right? They just said he is the one that give you power to get wealth. He gives you strength. Well, I got up and worked. Now, wait a minute, damn it. Just get it right. The breath that you even got in your body don't even belong to you. It's on loan from Yah right now. You better learn how to give thanks. Not everything that have breath, praise ye Yah. Man, I tell you what, man. I can see quickly, man. If I keep going this way, man, I'm going to be considered a maniac. I'm so far out of touch with this world, brother, with my mind, the way it thinks. I sit and watch people and I go, look, what in the world? Are you serious? What? God, mercy. I'm like, man, are you serious? They think like it. Look at them. Y'all get that? Y'all was trying to remind you, he's the one that gave you power. Remember, I'm going to bring it to our memories. Everything goes back to the talents. That you're a talent, you're going to see what you're going to do with it. How many talents has he given you and increased? I heard somebody, they got some talents, and he turned around and says, you know what I've done since you were gone? I've increased it even more so. So here's your talent, and here's everything else that I've done with it. What have you increased in your talent? Oh, boy. Woe unto them that are at ease in Zion. You know, you like taking the easy way in life and just existing and getting back, rocking back a little slumber, a little sleep, a little folding of the hands. It's just, Pastor Dow, are you talking or you just preaching? Oh, y'all hearing this? Come on, bro, Sang.
For it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant.
That he may do what?
Establish his covenant.
All of this is happening so you can say, look. You keep up your end of the bargain, I'll keep up mine, and I'm going to show you. Come on.
Which he sware unto thy fathers as it is this day. And it shall be if thou do all forget Yahweh thy Elohim, at all forget Yahweh thy Elohim, and walk after other mighty ones.
Y'all hear that? A lot of these other mighty ones, especially ones that do like this, entice you in your mind, tempt you to go contrary. Excuse making. Come on.
And serve them.
And do what?
Serve them.
Read.
And worship them.
And do what?
Worship them.
Submit to them. Obey them.
I testify against you this day that ye shall surely perish.
You gonna do what?
Perish.
And I told you, y'all are so wise that when you have gone off in the way, he will even still let you in your religious spirit think you are still in the way while you're reprobate. And then in the end, he can say, no, you're going to perish. That's how wise he is. Read on.
As the nations which Yahweh destroyeth before your face, so shall ye perish. Because you would not be obedient unto the voice of Yahweh your Elohim.
The word is what? Obedient to the voice. I submit, men, that if we were really, truly, even our ancients were following Yah, we would have been obedient back then, and all these curses would be up on us today. Yeah, I put the fall on man just like I put the fall on Adam. Oh, I know Eve was deceived, but Adam was one who fell too. Yeah. All you had to do was love Yah. Yeah, all our ancient people had to do was love Yah. Look how much you entice and tempted by on a weekly basis. Satan always working. Cares of this world, the cares of this life, and the lust of other things. It's surrounding us every day. Thoughts, man, flooding your mind. What if, reminiscing, thinking about, what about, oh, gee. Anything and everything to enticing you and tempting you to go back. To just go back. When people first go back, it's like drugs. You first do drugs, man, you get high, man, woo-wee, man, you on cloud 90,000. They ain't going to tell you about the bondage you're going to be in later. Satan ain't going to show you what you're going to be, the mess you're going to be in later. When you go back, it's all fun. Oh, I'm free. Free from what, Yah? That's the same thing our ancients did. They said they were free because they didn't have to keep all these rules no more. That's what J.C. Gray said. Rainy Gray and him said, I'm so glad we're free from all these rules and regulations. Man, I heard that before. People used to sit up there and play well on the instrument. Could sing too. Sure did. Statement come right out of their mouth. Don't even serve him no more. We're free. Read. Oh, that was good. Exodus 16:4. And then Yahweh said to Moses, behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you. And the people shall go out and gather a certain quota every day, that I may. Is everybody still here? Yes. Do we open up that door and get y'all some air in here? No. That I may do what? Test them whether they will what? Walk in my law or what? Sorry, folk, y'all still test us even to this day. If you have a friend, prove him. Test him. Uh-oh. I know, we're afraid to test because we're afraid they're going to get upset. Accuser. Accusing spirits' missions is to separate us one from another. It's also a mission to separate us from ourselves. And finally, to separate us from Yah. Zechariah 7:8 says, and the word of Yahweh came to Zechariah saying, thus speaketh Yahweh the Elohim, the host, saying, execute what kind of judgment? If you are wicked, there's no judgment that is true. I'll say it again. If you are wicked, there is no judgment that is true. If you're wicked. And show mercy and compassion every man to his what? Brother. And show what? Mercy and what? Compassion. Every man to his what? Brother. To his what? Brother. That's in a generic form. That means sisters too. Y'all not exempt. Sisters, y'all say mercy and compassion to my sister. Now, that's one thing to say it. There's another thing to live it. Huh? And oppress not the what? Nor the what? The stranger or the what? And let none of you do what? Who said this? Yah did. Zechariah's mouthpiece of Yah. Y'all hear this? And let none of you imagine what? Evil where at? Ooh, against your brother in your what? Heart. Somebody say my mind. In other words, don't let no evil thoughts arise in your mind against your brother or your sister. How many times do you obey that? Huh? How many times do you obey that? But they refused to hearken and pulled away the shoulder and stopped their ears that they should not what? I ain't got to hear that mess. Let me say this. We are tribe. You heard that? Your true brothers are those who belong to this tribe. Huh? There are too many voices that walk and speak contrary to this tribe. Y'all hear me? Too many. When I say tribe, I'm talking about everyone that is connected to Straitway. Because the Bible teaches us that we all to speak the same thing. And you know how we all speak the same thing? When we speak what Yah says. That's how we speak the same thing. And anytime you get too many voices walking contrary to this tribe right here, look, even in the days of the apostles, did I read that? Even in the days of the apostles, if they had a matter, they would go up to Jerusalem. Is that right? Where Peter, James, and John was. And they would confer with them. Am I telling the truth? Huh? People do not do this today. If Yah led you to Straitway, then he knew what he was doing. If anyone speaks contrary to what we are speaking and teaching, let them be accursed. Because we talking right. We speaking right and we are living right. Where do we get this thought from? Galatians 1:6, I marvel that you are so soon. Remove from him that called you into grace of Christ unto another gospel or another message, which is not another. But there be some that trouble you and would pervert the gospel of Christ. But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other message unto you than which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed. That was Paul's confidence way back then, even to the assembly of Galatians. Paul saying, anybody saying anything contrary to what I am saying, let them be accursed. Well, what is that, a curse right there? Let them be excommunicated. Let them be, in the Greek, an anathema. Huh? Let them be a cursed thing. You get that? Something Greek. Anytime somebody's saying anything different than what Pastor Dowell and the elders are saying and Pastor Cornham in this ministry, everybody else is accursed. Because we're joined in one heart. One mind, one soul, and one spirit. You get it? And we say before, so I say now, if any man preach any other gospel unto you that ye have received, let him be what? Cursed. Let him be cursed. But now, think about this. Do I now persuade men or Yah? Do I seek to please men? For if I please men, I should not be the what? Servant of Christ. See, your pastor's not a man pleaser. I don't give a damn about what people think. Yah did not send me to you, but he sent you to me. Is that right? That's just the truth. I didn't come to you and say, can I be your brother? Can I be your brother? We can be friends. I am, as I have always communicated, to live, preach, teach his will. Now, the characteristics of accusing spirits. The spirit of accusation is the root of all roots. Its nature wants to divide, conquer, and ensnare. Did y'all hear that? Yeah. Demons manifest, meaning they operate through people, and that means you. The Bible says when the spirit of the ruler rises up, it says stay in your place. If my spirit ever rise up, that's because there's something wrong. It ain't nothing personal. I love y'all, but if I rise up against you, there's something wrong. And it ain't me either. Y'all hear me? Yeah, it ain't nothing personal. I ain't going to stop loving you. Oh, never mind. That's just the truth, isn't it? That's what it says. They actually speak through people like we've seen before. Examples of demons speaking through people. We went over this last week when Yahshua rebuked Peter and said, not so. Is that right? When Paul turned and said to the spirit, the woman had a spirit of divination, over there at the vagabond Jews, when the evil spirit spoke through the 7 sons of Sceva, right? Well, demonic, evil, accusing spirits buffeted by negative thoughts about ourselves and about others. Buffet means they're constantly pressing, constantly continue to keep tempting over and over and over and over again. You ever notice that spirits, rather than them, okay, let's say you got Brother Scott and Charles right here, right? They already get along. They good buddy, Pizos, chums, and pals. So the devil never tempts him about being buffeted against him. But he'll pick somebody way over across the room. And he'll constantly inundate his mind about somebody else. You feel it? You get it? In other words, who does these spirits constantly have you in conflict with up here in your mind? That's a test of being buffeted. Y'all hear me? Yes, that's test being buffeted. Y'all get it? Remember, I've always told us that an accusation can be either what? True or false. It is true, but yet nevertheless it still has power behind it. The reason why it has power behind it because we all still are wrestling with an evil, fallen, Adamic nature. And that evil, fallen, Adamic nature wants so bad to believe that. But you're hard-pressed and challenged to believe the good about your brother and sister. Because remember, you're charged to have no false imaginations against your brother and sister. Is that right? Now, we need to discern the intent of the accusation. What is the purpose and the end result of the accusation? Life together or death separation? It's only trying to do something one way or the other. I mean, we in good fellowship and stuff. You know, that's why I said this morning, sisters, y'all know I love y'all, right? I ain't got to hug up on y'all just so I love y'all. Nigga, hug your daddy, hug your husband. Hallelujah. Glory to the King. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that, is it? How sanctified would churches would be if everybody just stayed the hell away from each other like they should, and then the one you should stay with. Give me a hug, Elder. Come on, Deacon Bill, give me a hug. All right. Oh, Lord. Man, nobody told you to crush my mic, man. You gotta say something, Deacon Bill. You know what I mean? That's why y'all think all our sisters are back here hugging the sisters and the brothers up here hugging the brother. It's not that we don't care about it, but at the same time, we don't know which one of you full of lust. That the only thing you want to do is just want to feel a sister's breast against your little bird chest. Yeah, it's just the truth. You don't know what sister is lonely and stuff and just want to feel the brownness of a man.
That's right.
I mean, every once in a while we give brothers give sisters a hug and sisters give brothers a hug. But we just don't turn around and make this a everyday occurrence. We're not like them heat-seeking missiles. Because I know some of you. Some of you got your eye, or the spirit got his eye on somebody. We'll be hugging. Hallelujah. 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 Glory to you. Sister come walking down over, all of a sudden you conveniently walk to meet at this. Oh, and all of a sudden, bless your sister. You couldn't fight that damn temptation. You just had to get a touch in, didn't you? It's your wicked ass. I had to. And this sister like, I don't know what in the world going on. I'm just, hey. But then all of a sudden, happens once too more often. All of a sudden she began to feel uncomfortable Bro. I say like, oh, wait, oh. That's when she goes straight to her husband.
Yes. True.
Y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Look, I'm looking. I got this devil today, man. The empire's on the run. Daggone, that empire's on the run. Sisters, do y'all ever feel uncomfortable when I come around? Well, they going to say that, Pastor Dow, because they sitting here and they're terrified of you. Good. Keep them away from me, they don't. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. You can act all spiritual you want. Brother be up in the spirit jumping. Hey, hallelujah, hallelujah. Whoo, going back seeing all of a sudden this sister. Oh, God. Now that spirit done bing. And every time you see that sister, rather than looking at her face, you. What's wrong with you, damn? Did you get enough breast milk when you were younger? I'm tearing the hell out of this devil, boy. I got this devil. I got this devil today. You on lockdown. I got your ass. Accusing spirits say and do. I can't have fellowship with you. Remember we covered this last week. You can't have fellowship with me because we simply don't agree. Accusing spirits tempt us to separate from Yah, from our brethren, and ourselves. It's like a psyops operation. You understand what I mean? But the truth is that we all have fellowship if we walk in the what? Light, even as he is light. 1 John 1:3 says, that which we have seen and heard and declare unto you, that ye also may have fellowship with us. And truly our fellowship, first and foremost, is with who? The Father, and with his what? Son, Jesus Christ. And these things we write unto you, that your joy may be full. This is the message which you have heard from him and declare unto you, that Yah is light, and in him there is no darkness at all. If we say that we have fellowship with him and we walk in darkness, we lie and do not the truth. But if we walk in the light, as he is the light, we have fellowship one with another, and the blood of Jesus Christ, his son, cleanses us from all sins. But if we walk in the light, as he is light, we have fellowship one with. So, if we are purposely avoiding people, then there's some darkness in us. Don't give me this crap. We have irreconcilable differences. As a tribe, you ain't got no choice but to love. You got one option for brothers and sisters: love.
That's right. That's right.
No, don't bring that Gentile crap up in here. That wicked mindset that seeks to divide and conquer. Now, just because I reprove and rebuke you don't mean I don't love you. I mean, really. I told you, I don't take it personally. My whole intent is that you get it. That way you don't have to keep being oppressive to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's true. Yes, sir.
Ain't nobody trying to run you out of no kingdom. But if you in cahoots with that spirit and you want to be one with it, something got to give.
That's right.
We can't have unrighteousness around us.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So, are we getting this so far? Yeah. How these wicked spirits work?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hallelujah. I'm even careful how I grab babies away from sisters. Very careful, man. Me in my position, I got to abstain from all appearance of evil. Now, there ain't nothing I can really do, because if I just breathe, I'm already evil. You get it? Come here, Jordan. This is my daughter right here, right? That's her husband. Okay? We used to, at times, walk down, I'll be talking to her. And we walk down the community like this. Hey, Jordan. Yeah. She talked to me about a few things, right? Huh? I may even talk to her as a father, daughter, when you ain't around like this. But I am not going to sit up here and walk down straightway lane like this when her husband is over there. Do you have any trouble with me putting my arm around my daughter? Not at all. You see what I mean? But I told her, I said, well, you married now. There's sometimes I see that daughter spirit come out, where she like, pops. She ain't saying that, it's just a discernment. I was all right, come over here, and I usually do it like this. That peanut head like that, and I'm done. That's it. Is that about right? Bless you. Go on back to seat. Y'all get it? Yes, sir. Keep stuff pure. Yes, glory to the King. Glory. Fact, most of our repeating of offenses are told after our feelings. Let me show you what I mean. Meaning we mostly repeat or replay accounts from the feelings of our hurts and resentments. Some of us, that's all we've ever known in life. If we didn't have hurts and resentments, we wouldn't even feel like we're alive. See, the sole purpose is to bring this out so you won't be afflicted by these things anymore. You get it? You have a way out. You got a deliverance here. Characteristics of accusing spirits: keeping a record of wrongs. Notice, I said they keep a record of wrongs. Always reminding someone of their past failures, and they have turned after they have turned from their sins. Now, if you ain't turned from your sins, and somebody keep reminding you, then they don't have accusing spirit. The enemy will always accuse or blame others what they do and don't do, or what they say and don't say. Give you some manifestations. Easily offended. You ever been easily offended? Chances are, accusing spirit in there. Have you ever exaggerated offenses and failures? I mean, you add a little jelly to stuff. Huh? You ever done that before? Yeah, just a little bit of jelly. Huh? How about mistrust? All of these are workings of accusing spirits that flies under the radar of perception. You follow me? How about gossiping in your windows? You know, in your windows. You know, you insinuate stuff in order for a picture or a movie to be played in the mind of someone else. You're the director. How about the scapegoat mentality? All this is the workings of accusing spirits. Most manifestation of accusing spirits is self-condemnation. That's called an insulation and self-accusation. Remember we were talking about self last week? Not walking in or accepting forgiveness. You have to understand, Satan's kingdom desire is for its kingdom to become one with you rather than Yah's kingdom being one with you. You get it? And if he can insulate and protect you from the righteous kingdom of Yah, then he already has you. Because you will be a fortress and a defense for their spirit. And anytime you get checked or something, you'll protect that spirit. Thereby protecting your nature. Because your nature has become one with that spirit. You get it? Yes, sir. But you really got to be truthful with yourself. Hallelujah. Establishing non-biblical standards for others to obtain. You go out there and tell people what all they be doing, and you ain't lifting a finger to do it yourself. Scribe and Pharisees, just like Yahshua taught us, right? And then, of course, it leads to what? Suicide. Why? Can't cope in this world. Just simply can't cope in this world. Then blame others for your problems. What is that again? Another insulation. Why? To protect and insulate this spirit that constantly accuses. Emotional diseases, nightmares, spiritual attacks. Can't get no rest. No rest of the wicked, right? Anxiety attacks, panic attacks, and stress and anxiety. Depression and broken heart. All right? All right? Accusation of self. Spirits say, you ugly. Brother Darrell say he never heard that spirit. Is that right, Brother Darrell? I remember that from years ago. You said you ain't never heard no spirit tell you you were ugly. You recant? But watch this. Sisters, have y'all ever heard in y'all mind looking in the mirror that you ugly? Brothers, y'all ever heard it? Nope. And these brothers are ugly as hell. And y'all good looking sisters. Now you tell me that ain't the devil. Here we are stuck on ourselves thinking we look damn good because we ain't never been told we ugly, and you're the most beautiful of God's creation and stuff, and you're being condemned. I just tell you, that devil's a lie, man. And then we ugly, man. I ain't being condemned at all. Devil ain't telling ugly is ugly. You tell me he ain't trying to pile it on them, boy. I promise you, we put a set of brothers up here, put a set of sisters up here, I guarantee you the sisters will be more beautiful than the brothers. And yet they're told that they're ugly. Y'all amazing, man. Give them no place to the devil. Is that not remarkable, though? Sisters, y'all ever heard you ugly? Brothers, y'all stand up here. Come on up here real quick. Heard him stand up here. Now, sisters, I want y'all to look at that. That is a picture of ugliness. I'm serious. There is no way that all of us look better than y'all do. No way. Would y'all agree? Would y'all agree? And the demons ain't never telling y'all ugly. They ain't never tell y'all ugly. Isn't that something? He cute. They got demons telling them they cute. Yeah, you tell me this ain't reverse psychology. We don't, because the truth is, we look in the mirror, we just really truly don't give a dang. You know what I mean? We'll shave, do a little grooming, after that we're gone. Y'all be up there, one little red, squeeze, and next thing you got a Band-Aid this side on the side of your face. Thank y'all, brothers. Y'all need to get this as reverse psychology in the purest form. That means the devil is lying to somebody. And look how jacked up and look how low self-esteem you end up having over this. Right. I mean, I talk about all kind of sin. Are you following me? You understand what I mean? That don't mean I have a personal issue with you. I'm just trying to help you overcome and condemn sin in the flesh. All right? You can't do anything right. You ever failed at many things many times over and over, and then you hear you can't do nothing right. Have y'all brothers ever heard that? Sisters, you ever heard that? Then if we're all, how we all individual and different geographical locations of the world, and we still all hearing the same speech. It's got to be a different kingdom then. You don't fit in. You ever heard it before? You ever heard it before? You don't fit in. Look at this. You'll never fit in and you'll never amount to anything. You probably heard people tell you that. Mostly coming from those who love you the most, say they do. And these spirits are hoping that you bite off on that lie so you can keep low self-esteem, keep a defeated mentality, never have the confidence that you need in order to go forward. See, we're overcomers. Y'all get that? You know, we're overcoming. You're a failure. You get it? There's an old saying in the world, if you don't succeed, then do what? Try again. Looking for weaknesses in others, meaning gathering the sink on any and all to deflect others from seeing the real you. The trick of the enemy, to get you to believe that these thoughts from accusing spirits are your own. How many times you believe that this communication is really truly your own because at the time you didn't have the knowledge to check them at the doorway of your mind? It's real simple. What you have to do is anytime you're dealing with these spirits, you have to check to see what nature is representing. If it's trying to condemn you, then it comes from Satan's kingdom. If it's reproving and correcting you, or and you feel bad, it's coming from Yah's kingdom. Don't mix your emotions up in it. That's how you know what spirit at any given time is speaking to you. You get it? If they can set up camp, they, quote unquote, evil spirits, will have you to believe it's just you and part of your personality. In other words, think about this. You heard me say it before. If you believe wrong, you think wrong, you act wrong, you live wrong. Look at all the bad thought patterns that we have amassed over the years. We got work to do. Does it make sense now? Work out your salvation with fear and trembling. It makes sense? We got a job to do. We can't just be passively sitting by accepting all these fiery darts of the wicked one that continually keep trying to penetrate our mind. Yeah, come on. Y'all ain't never had them days you're doing pretty good and all of a sudden a thought. It could be even a thought something you are guilty of 20 years ago. Are you serious? Are you that serious? 20 years ago? And you going to sit there and let your heart fall to your feet? Are you out of your mind? What's wrong with you? Well, 20 years ago. Sister, brother, no. This is, no. What are you here for? Well, I need deliverance. From what? Well, 20 years ago, I'll tell you what, I got to go to the bathroom. Leave you sitting there, and then next thing you know, you get on out the door, go to the dining hall. And then catch them at the dining hall. Are you up to date? I mean, there's something that this wicked flesh is always looking for a connection to relish in. Did you repent of it? Yeah. What? That unclean spirit left. He didn't tell you he was going to come back next week. He just waited 20 years. Formidable foe. You've already made y'all's conditions. Laugh, let it go. Get out and rebuke you, Satan. Get thee behind me. Press you again? Yep, sure was. That was that old wicked man. Sure was. Old man. How you like me now, devil? Guess what? Your condemnation don't work. You got to come with a new bag of tricks. Next time you come to this house, eat your Wheaties. Trying to teach y'all to get victory, man. You've been believing stuff too long, it's become part of your personality. You know me. I tell it like it is. Well, a lot of times it just ain't good for you to tell it like it is. Sometimes you just need to be aware of where other people are at in this flight. I mean, I got many things I can say, but I don't say them. Well, I don't want to say something at this time I know it's going to injure or hurt. That's why I mostly limit what I have to say to reprove and rebuke, because that's going to hurt you anyway. Yeah, it does. Nobody likes being corrected. But if you're in the way, you'll take that correction. Ah, boy, that's right. The flesh hates it, but the spirit man love it. What it's going to do? Perfect you. Make you more stronger, brother and sister. This ain't nothing about tearing you down. You're doing a good enough job of that yourself. Hallelujah. Philippians 4:7, and the peace of God, which passes all understanding, keep your hearts and minds through Jesus Christ. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are what? True. Whatsoever things are what? Honest. Uh-oh, I'm going too fast, man. No, it's still the same thing. I wonder why I was doing it. So whatsoever things are, let me go back. True. Whatsoever things are honest. Whatsoever things are just. Whatsoever things are. Let's try this again. Whatever's what? True. Is that right? Honest. Just. Whose kingdom is that? Y'all get that? And whatsoever things are what? Whatsoever things are what? Good report. And if there be any what? And if there be any what? Do what on these things? So why spend your time way off in Orc somewhere? Gone to Klingon or planet Klingon or something. What? Why in the world? What? Why? 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 You remember when you was a little child, you was in the neighborhood playing, and it was your ball, and when you got sick and tired of losing, you just took your ball and went home? Same thing with this. Just take yourself, go home. Go to the king. In other words, if it ain't true, if it ain't honest, if it ain't just, if it ain't of a good report, all right, follow me? If it's not any virtue or praise in this, meaning Yah's kingdom, all right, follow me? Don't think on it. But if it is, think on it. David said he meditates in his law, in his word. And guess how much he does it? Day and night. So if you're meditating all this time in Yah's kingdom, how much time do you have for Satan then? Truth is, you really don't have too much time to be upset and depressed and all this other stuff. That's just too much drama, man. Strongholds. When you agree with the thoughts and you meditate on them over and over again, the spirit of accusation will gain ground in your life, which will be a stronghold. Not every thought you have is your own. Now, the fruit of accusation means it projects fears, jumbled thoughts, patterns, chaotic thinking, and accuses others of their sin. Romans 2:1 says, "You are inexcusable, man. Whosoever thou art that judges, for wherein you judge another, you doing what? Condemning yourself. For you that judges, you do the same thing." I'm going to tell you right now, I have learned this over years, that whatever people are accusing me of, they usually are guilty of it themselves. I'm serious. I can pretty much tell you what everybody's problem is. I can tell you what John Tatum's problem is. Anything he say is what he's guilty of. He know I'm telling the truth too. He know it. Many times we feel condemnation because of our own life. It's not lining up in the area we are condemning ourselves in. You follow me? If there's something that ain't lining up in the area of Christ the way it should be, why sit there and condemn yourself? Why play all this condemnation stuff? You follow me? As soon as the Spirit comes, you got to become proactive. You stay passive in your mind and stuff, I'm telling you, he got you every single time. Sometime, man, many of you come back and you be troubling deliverance workers for the same old thing over and over and over again. You just repackage it and rehash it another way. You just try to figure out a better way to put it, but you're still stuck on the same old mess. Still stuck on the same old junk. Condemnation, but it's over here in this area now. I mean, it's like we're not even relishing true deliverance nowadays. Y'all get it?
Yes, sir.
There's an old song. Woo! Don't worry. Woo! Be happy. Woo! Don't worry, be happy. Is that all right?
Yes, sir.
Y'all really want you. He really wants you to be happy while you're here on this earth. Notice, Paul said, I'm thanking y'all for all my trials, all my tribulations, all my temptation, all my afflictions, all my sufferings, everything. I have learned in everything to do what? Give thanks. Why? Knowing it's all perfected me. It's all perfected me, getting me ready. Getting me ready for that great day. Hallelujah. I mean, the devil say you ain't perfect. Say so. You ain't either. Because if you was, you'd still have your ass up in the kingdom then, wouldn't you? That's how you do that. Yeah, you fight fire with fire. I mean, I ain't heard of the devil come back and try to tell me that ever again after I put that on him. I put it on his butt. Sometimes I even go pick a fight. I say, hey, check this out. You remember the time you told me you ain't perfect? I don't hear you. I remember y'all sorry ass try to go to Enoch and get him to petition to y'all to get your ass forgiven. You going to the pit forever, you damn devil. That's torment. But that's the truth. Man, words are powerful. Thoughts are powerful. Y'all hear this? This is a battle. Even in spiritual warfare. I mean, if you can learn the art of insulting. I'm talking about demonic spirits. Really, I'm talking about really insulting. They hate hearing how no good they are. And then they really hate it when you start reminding them of the things that they're doing because that is what they are. They can't stand it because every time you do that, you're putting light on them. Oh, you the one that caused them, but you try to get them to, okay. Yeah, you can do that to them. You can't do it with me. I'm going to tell you about yourself. That's when they get to, huh? You lay it in on them. Lay it on them. I ain't never had another demon came back and told me I ain't perfect yet. Maybe one of them had the audacity to try to come again. I got something for you. We don't understand how powerful our words are. Just our words. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. If we could just make the connection of how powerful our words are, we will begin to talk in more confidence. We would. The reason why we don't talk in confidence is because the devil, he know his old mantra is to be able to oppress you so much that you don't say the word. He just don't want you to say the word. See, if you're heavy, you're oppressed, and he's all over you, and you're concentrating more on that than you are the deliverance of your kingdom. It's a diversion tactic. You got to stay focused, Israel. Y'all hear me? Stay focused. I have to talk like this really all the time, and you sisters really need to be listening to these messages over and over again. Because the devil stay on y'all. Why? Because y'all the weaker vessel. There are so many areas y'all weak, but there are a lot of areas that y'all strong in the wrong ways. All you have to do is just read the book, and it teaches you how your role is supposed to be, and you'll have perfect peace. Perfect peace. Your husband loved you when you had makeup on. Now he love you more. You ain't got that mess on breaking his pocket. All that junk. I never understood it. You're going to see him in the morning with no makeup on anyway. So they run around, curl on top of their head, man. Mask and carrying on and stuff. I told him, man, I said, this just don't make sense. It really don't make sense. I see you in your worst state every day, but you're going to get made up. And I'm not going to see you. I'm going to be at work all day. That's how you talk. Wasting money. You're just crazy. Something wrong. I'm telling you, man, we got problems. Shoot. We got some serious problems. We up here, man. Is it not foolish? Let me tell y'all something, sisters. Y'all still take care of that wig. You don't want to sit up there and pull a head covering off and shea butter falling off everywhere. Shea butter be caked up in there for weeks. Go in the bathroom and slip on the floor and bust his knee, man, because y'all shea butter been picked up. See how happy you can be? You can just laugh at the devil. Glory to the King. Let's stand. Y'all's good. Did y'all learn anything? Accusing spirits or something else, man. We got the victory. Hallelujah. Now remember, if y'all ever in spiritual warfare, entice the hell out of these devils. I mean, y'all may not like some things I say because I get ugly with them. Do they cuss you out? Oh, you ought to hear me cussing them out. They get stirred up. But y'all's good, isn't it? Father, we thank you for these sins. We truly pray that they will sink deep down our hearts. We thank you for the word that is able to penetrate the veneer of our mind and conscience. Help bring about deliverance with Israel. We thank you for the Holy Spirit, the anointing. Father, we just love you and your agenda. We love you because our names are written down. Continue to keep strengthening us. We loosen ministering spirits to be loosened upon the minds of Israel here and scattered abroad. We thank you for your blood, the blood of Jesus that shed it, made sure that we were all free and we have an access to freedom. Let the words of my mouth, the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight. Oh, Yah, my strength, my Redeemer. Dismissing beautiful, wonderful, magnificent name of Yahweh. In the name of Yahshua. Shalom, shalom.